Yo, what's good, guys? TheClayberry here, and today I got another story time for you guys. Now, today's story is about the time that someone wants me to do a shout out for, his channel, and I thought it'd be a very interesting because, oh boy, where do I even begin? I actually forgot that this actually happened. I was actually looking up, my videos and then realized, wait a minute, I literally forgot about that one. But before we do begin, hope you enjoy, like, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. And yeah, let's begin. So, where do we even begin? This whole story begins because I met this person. Now, to make it very simple and easy, we'll call this guy the sub for sub stealer. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically you tell them, hey, I want you to do a shadow for me, and I'll do a shadow for you back, but they don't actually do it. And you're about to find out why I'm calling this person the sub for sub stealer. Now, when we first met, it was all cool. We were just chilling, everything was all fine. And then it was just normal. That was basically it. It was just normal. We were just, relaxing, just chilling. A reason why this will be a bit longer than I was originally making it shorter is because it did do some things. The sub for sub stealer did some things that attempted to me to get in trouble, but never happened. So here's what happened. So the sub for sub stealer, this is at the time that we first met. We didn't talk about our channels. We just never really talked about it. And then his mom was asking me, it's like, hey, what do you do for a living? I'm like, oh, well, I just make videos. She's like, oh, for YouTube? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, nice. Hey, you should subscribe to my son's YouTube channel. I'm like, okay, what's his name? And what's his channel name? And she was like, I don't know, it's someone else. And obviously, I didn't believe in that because even though she was saying that she doesn't know. Technically, she did knew. She wasn't look at me whenever she said I don't know what the name of the channel. She would always like look somewhere, look away from me, and like I feel like I'm like, yep, okay. I don't know why, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why I had to bring up YouTube. That was kind of on me, but it's also because you, I just don't know why I had to bring it up, and maybe I should have told her I just do drawings instead of making videos, because after all, I am an artist. So fast forward, the next time me and this friend meet, I was playing flag football with some friends, and the sub for sub stealer says you're late, and like I'm questioning myself. I'm like, why is he yelling me that I'm late if I got on time? And I was very curious. I'm like, oh yeah, well, how come? Why don't you join with us? And he didn't really join with us. And this is where he found out about my channel. He was like, oh hey, what's your channel? I'm like, oh well. And then I just told him I didn't tell him my channel because like I wasn't sure if he was gonna watch my videos or anything. And then he was like, "Can I follow you on Instagram?" I'm like, "Sure." And yeah, he did follow me. But what I find it interesting is that the sub for sub stealer would never, and I repeat this, he would never like my posts, anything that I posted, unless I meet up with him. He gets on Instagram really quick because the next time that I met him, he literally got on Instagram. And if you're wondering how I knew this, is because he was showing it to me, which was the weirdest thing ever. He like he was like he grabbed his phone, got on Instagram, and then went to my Instagram page, and then started liking everything that I posted. And I was like, okay, I guess, it's just normal. And then this is where it all began, where it was hey, hey, I want you to do something for me. I'm like, yeah, what's up? He's like, can you do a shadow for my channel? I'm like, what for? He's like, I want to reach 1,000 subscribers. I'm like, um, because I wasn't sure about the shadow idea. I feel like it was a bad idea, so I told him, um, so why do you need a shadow? And the sub stealer says, "Oh well, it's so I can be popular and I can be so cool. And hey, I could tell them to subscribe to you and all that, whatever the shadow is." And I'm like, and then I realized something. I was like, something is a bit fishy. So I told him this. I literally told him this. Okay, I'll do a shadow for you on one condition. And he's like, yeah, what's up? I said this, and I looked at him. I said, "You have to do a shout out to me first, then I'll do one for you." He's like, and then he was talking about like, no, that's not how it works. You have to in order to do the shout out, you have to do it for me first. That's the YouTube law. I'm like, the YouTube law? I don't even think that actually existed. I'm like, where did this guy even came up with this? This is like really one of the poorest excuses. And I knew something wasn't right. And I was very curious. And then I was like, it was just questioning me. And eventually, I didn't do a shout out for him because I knew something wasn't right. So fast forward a few days later, I actually saw him and I wanted to say hi to him. But then he started like walking away, like he was literally walking away. He didn't even want to talk to me. And I was questioning. I'm like, I even asked his mom. I was like, hey, why is he running away? And she was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know what's up with him. And yeah, I just questioned that a lot because he just like no matter where I was, he would always go to the opposite direction, just run off. And surely enough, because I remember I told him, hey, I want, because I'm actually catch up to him, and I said, hey, I wanted to know what's your channel. He's like, oh, you don't need to know. I'm like, why not? So you don't need to know. And then so I asked his mom. I was like, hey, what's his channel? And she was like, oh, his channel is his name, the sub for sub stealer. Obviously, for I forgot to mention this. That's not really his name, but I actually looked it up, and oh my goodness. So, long story short, I took a look at his channel. Um, he didn't had a lot of views, but I was questioning, how did he get 1,000 subscribers? I was very curious, like, I'm like, there's no way that he could have just gotten 1,000 subscribers. And then that I found out there was a bunch of random YouTubers that doing shoutouts to him. Where they were like, they're like, yo, the whole shoutout thing. However, another video was released by some of those YouTubers where they said that the sub for sub stealer did not shout out to them, which actually made them very angry, and they were like criticizing him. And then fast forward, I found out that the sub for sub stealer even was denying that he was like, oh, I did the shoutouts, but like I was watching these videos, so it wasn't really a big deal for me because like I knew this wasn't gonna be my problem. And then one day I uploaded an April Fool's video. It was called my capture card reveal, and it was just me eating a Whopper because I thought it'd be funny to do an April Fool's video. And then the sub stealer attempted to take advantage of not only he was trying to take advantage of mostly my YouTube channel, but he tried to force me to like show him the capture cards that I use, and I was very questionable because like he got so angry at me, and he literally got mad at me. I don't know why. I mean, I told him it was an April Fool's video, and then he gets all mad. He starts getting mad at me for no reason, and I'm like, and this is when I said, "Dude, why are you such a bad person?" And he like he literally threatens me about blocking me. So I'm like, you know what? How about this? I block him, and yeah. And after that, I didn't talk to him ever since. However, I was very curious about his channel, and like I was still questioning about like how does he have 1,000 subscribers, but his videos are like literally from 5 to 0, and that was a weird thing. And then of course, I found out it was because of the shoutouts, but also because I don't know why, but apparently from what I know, and from what I've seen from other people that talked about him and were upset with him, um, sure he was denying about that he was doing the shoutouts. If you're wondering why, because you're about to find out later on. But also he got into a lot of drama. Yeah. And when I heard about this, my face went from being curious to like really shocking. I'm like, wow, this guy got into so much drama, and then um, I found out in a video where he actually admitted that he didn't do a shout out for everyone. Um, he was very upset, and yeah, that was the craziest thing. But as of now, pretty sure by now, one thing I do find it interesting is that whenever all these YouTubers talked about how they weren't happy that the Sub for Sub Stealer wasn't doing a shadow, Sub for Sub Stealer would get his mom to literally get mad at them, even though they didn't do anything wrong. I mean, personally, I can't say anything about it because I wasn't involved. And I'm glad I wasn't involved because I know he wanted me to do a shout out for his channel, which I'm obviously never going to do that. But overall, that's much about it. And the last time I saw him, he did the same thing, avoiding me. And then after that, I think the last time I saw him, he moved somewhere else. And then after that, there's hasn't been anything else. I know he follows me on. He made a new Instagram account. I'll tell you that because the one he had, I don't know if it was hacked or was someone else's, but I know that he was. I know that I still actually have I still have the messages that he said before, and yeah. More of the story is, if someone wants to do a shout out, don't ever do it. It's not worth it. And even if they say I'll do it for you, um, you could actually do it if they can trust you, and they'll be supportive to you and you could be supportive to them. But overall, and you know what? He wanted me to do a shout out, the sub for Steeler, huh? Okay, well here it goes. Finally going to do it. All right, everybody, make sure to subscribe to the Clayberry and for more content and for more entertainment. And don't forget to also subscribe to StarClay64, where I do live streams and play just a bunch of random games. But I mostly try to complete the games that I'm, trying to, finish it up. But besides all that, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Catch you all later.